Hello friends and welcome to Shaltech. In this video, we'll see how to create and save multiple maps as well as use multiple maps using the ECOVACS DEEBOT T9 Plus, RoboVacuum, as well as the ECOVACS Home App. The ECOVACS Home App can be downloaded from the Google Play Store. This video is not a sponsored video. In order to create multiple maps in the ECOVACS Home App, there are certain prerequisites. The DEEBOT T9 Plus, as well as its charging station, must be in the area to be mapped. Now, this could be a separate level if you live in a multi-storied house, or it could be an area at a higher threshold if you live in a single-storied house. Once you've moved the DEEBOT T9 Plus and its charging station to the area to be mapped, switch on the main power supply and make sure that you switch the red button, which is the power on and off button located on the DEEBOT. Make sure you switch that on and off and back on at least once. So if it's in position 1, which is the on position, just make sure you switch it off and on again. If it's already on the off position, then just switch it on. And finally, make sure that the DEEBOT starts from its charging station. This set of prerequisites has to be followed if you are creating your second map and more maps after that, and every time you are cleaning. So let's get started. To create your very first map, go to the ECOVACS Home App and click on the big blue play button. The DEEBOT will start from its charging station and start mapping. In this video, I have created 3 maps. The first one is of my full house, the second map is of the ensuite bathroom, and the third map is of the back bathroom. This is the very first map that the DEEBOT is creating of my full house, which you will see later on in the video. I call that as home. The DEEBOT has already started creating the map. The green symbol that you can see on my mobile is its charging station from where it starts, and the black symbol is the DEEBOT. You'll see the DEEBOT moving around as it goes about mapping. Now here the DEEBOT has brought up the full house map. I have created a full tutorial on how to do a full house map, as well as how to use all the smart features of DEEBOT like area cleaning, custom area cleaning, scheduling the DEEBOT to clean at particular times. So please refer to the full house mapping video if you want to see how this is done. The link is in the description below. Now in this video, what you can see now is that the DEEBOT has created its first map, and it is auto emptying into the dustbin, and it has brought up its very first map, which I will now name as home. So here, once it brings up the first map, just type in the name that you want to give it. Here I'm calling it as home. Then click the done button. This saves the map. In order to view the map, click on the map icon on the ECOVACS Home App. And that's where you will see your very first map has been saved and stored. And as I've named it, the first map is called as home. To create map 2, follow the prerequisites mentioned earlier in this video. Move the DEEBOT along with its charging station to the level to be mapped. Switch on the main power supply and then switch on and off this red button which is on the DEEBOT. If it's on 1, which is if it's already on, then switch it off and then switch it on again. That's what I'm doing here. So once you've done that, just go to the ECOVACS Home App, click on Enter Smart Cleaning, and then click on the blue play button. Now you'll see on the main screen that it brings up the last map in its memory. In this case, we had last created map 1, so map 1 is what will come up. But in order to create map 2, all you need to do is follow the prerequisites that I just mentioned and go to the ECOVACS Home App, click on the blue play button. The DEEBOT will start from its charging dock and automatically locate the new environment which is to be mapped. So here it's saying it's located the new environment. Then you just press on got it. The Deebo will start creating the map. So here the Deebo has started creating map 2. Now, as I've explained in all my other videos on Deebo T9 Plus, this model, while mapping, will also both map as well as clean the area. So here the Deebo has created map 2 and it has also cleaned this area, which I will be naming as Ensuite. So the Deebo is now making its way back to the charging station, where it will auto empty into the dustbin that's coming up next, and it will bring up map 2, which we will then name. I will be calling it as Ensuite. So you only have to create these maps once, and once they are created, next time you need to clean, you just need to follow the set of prerequisites which are mentioned in the beginning of this video, and then go to the ECOVACS Home App and click on the big blue play button, and then it will just detect the area automatically and start cleaning. So here it has brought up map 2, and I'm going to call the map 2, I'm going to call this as Ensuite. You can leave it as map 2 or you can give it your own name. Once you've named it, then just click on the blue done button at the bottom. So you can see now that the Ensuite map, which is map 2 that the Deebo has created, will then come up. If you click on the map icon in the ECOVACS Home App, you'll see that's where this map is stored. To view map 1 and map 2, if you click on the ECOVACS Home App and then click on the Enter Smart Cleaning button, you'll see that the last map in the memory, which is map 2, now comes up on the main screen. If you click on the map icon, that's where all your maps are stored. So when you click on the map icon in the ECOVACS Home App, it will first bring up map 2, which is what is stored in the memory. If you click on its name, you'll see all the maps that are stored. In this case, it's 2 maps, Home and Ensuite. You can go to View All Maps, and that will show you all the maps that you have created and saved so far. So in this case, it's 2 maps, the Home and Ensuite, with the Ensuite map currently shown as in use. If you go back, see Ensuite again, and that's the one on the main screen because that was the last map that has been used. To create map 3, we follow the same set of prerequisites explained right in the beginning of this video. Move the Deebo and its charging station to the level to be mapped. Turn on the main supply. And then switch on and off the red button. So if it's in position 1, if it's already on, then switch it off to position 0 and then switch it back to position 1. So that's what's seen here. And once you've done that, go to the ECOVACS Home App. The ECOVACS Home App will show the last map in the memory. In this case, it's map 2, which we had previously created. In the ECOVACS Home App, press on the big blue play button. The Deebo will start from its charging dock, and it will say that it has detected a new environment, and it will automatically start creating map 3. So in order to create these maps, you just have to follow the prerequisites and then go to the ECOVACS Home App and click on the play button, and it will automatically detect and start creating a new map of the level that you moved it to. So here it's creating map 3, and while creating the map, it first goes around the boundaries of the map that it has detected, and then it will also clean the area while mapping. So the Deebo has now finished creating map 3. It will now bring up map 3 as it makes its way back to the charging station. So it's brought up map 3 now. It will go back to the charging station, and this being the Deebo T9 Plus model, it also auto empties into the dustbin, which you can see it's attached to the charging station for this particular model. So once it's auto emptied into the charging station, it will bring up map 3. You can leave the name of map 3 as it is, In this case, I'm calling it as back bathroom. So I'll just type in the name that I want and then click on the blue done button. So once you click on the done button, that's what saves the map. And in order to view the map, click on the map icon, the ECOVACS Home App. Now in some versions of the app, this map icon is also called as edit map. It's the same thing. You can just click on the icon. It will take you to the latest map that it has in the memory. In this case, it's map 3, which is the back bathroom. If you click on the name, it will bring up all the maps that have been stored. And if you click on view all maps, it will show you all the maps that have been created and saved so far. In this case, now we have created 3 maps, so it will show all the 3 maps with the back bathroom map in use. So we'll go through it again. To view the maps, click on the ECOVACS Home App, enter Smart Cleaning, it will bring up the last map in its memory. In this case, it is map 3, which is the one that we had created. So we've called this map the back bathroom map. If you click on the map icon, or it comes up as edit map for your version of the app, that's fine as well. Just click on that icon, click on back bathroom, and then when you click on view all maps, it will show all the 3 maps that we have now created. So far we have created and saved 3 maps. In order to clean these areas, follow the same set of prerequisites. Move the depot and the charging station to the level that you want to clean. Switch on the main power supply and then switch on and off the red button located on the depot. If it's on position 1 like it is, move it to 0, which is off, and then switch it back on again. And after that, all you need to do is go to the ECOVACS Home App and click Enter Smart Cleaning and click on the big blue play button. The depot will automatically bring up the map of the area that you want to clean. So initially it was showing the map previously stored in the memory, that was map 3. And once you clicked on the blue play button, it is now saying it's relocating, and it should bring up map 2, which is the ensuite map, because that's the area that we have moved it to in order to start cleaning. So it has now brought up the ensuite map, that was map 2 that we created, and it has now started cleaning this area, which is map 2. We called it as the ensuite area. So it will go around the map first and create the boundary, and it will even do this, it goes around the boundary first even while cleaning, and then it will clean the whole area. So it is now cleaning the whole area. You can see the charging station shown as the green symbol, and the depot is moving around the ensuite, that's map 2, and it is cleaning this area. So once it's finished cleaning the area, it goes back to its charging station, and this being the Devo T9 Plus model that has got the dustbin attached to it, it automatically empties into the dustbin. Once it's finished emptying into the dustbin, because we are cleaning now and not mapping, it says cleaning completed. You can click on the cleaning completed icon to see right on top. You can see it is finished cleaning. So this area was a small area, that's 2 square meters, and it's cleaned it for 1 minute. And then you can come out of the cleaning block, and now you can see that in the memory it now has map 2, which is the ensuite map that comes up on the main screen. So it will now have map 2 as in use. Now we've now moved the depot into the full house location. So again, we follow the same set of prerequisites. Switch on the main power supply and then switch on, off and back on the red button. So it is on position 1, so it's on. Switch it off, which is position 0, and then switch it back on again. So the depot is now in the map 1 area, which is the home area. So if you go into the ECOVACS Home App, and enter Smart Cleaning, it'll show on the main screen map 2, which was the Ensuite map. So that was the area that that was in this video we had seen that we had cleaned this area. And then if you simply click on the big blue play button, it will start relocating and it will identify the area that it is in. So it should bring up map 1, which we had called as home. So here you'll see it's still relocating, and now it brings up map 1, which is the home map. Now I have done a full house mapping video for this map, which shows how I created this full house map as well as how to use the smart features. So the link to that video is in the description below if you want to check that one out as well. I'll be putting up many more videos on the Deebo and other smart tech, so please remain subscribed. And if you so far have enjoyed this video, please click share, like, and subscribe button so that this video can reach more audiences.
So friends, so far we have created and saved 3 maps. You can do your mapping as well as cleaning as per what's been shown in the video so far. Before we get to the end of this video, there is one important point to note, and that is the map in use. So whichever map you have mapped recently or the map of the area that you have cleaned recently, that particular map will show up as the in-use map in the ECOVACS Home app. Now, with the ECOVACS cleaning a particular area on the map, or custom cleaning, which is chalking out an area on the map and just clean that area, or do other things like scheduling the Deebo to clean at particular dates and times. I have explained all these features in detail in the full house mapping video. The link to that video is in the description below, so definitely recommend that you go check that video out as well. If you have to use any of these smart features when you have created multiple maps, then it is important, one, to make sure that the map on which you want to use the smart features is in use. So first of all, you would have to bring that map in use, and secondly, once that map is in use, you will have to pause the Deebo and click on the recharge button to make it go back to its charging station. So if you don't do this, if you don't click on the recharge button and make it go back to its charging station, what will happen is that it will end up cleaning the entire area, that is the entire area on the map that you have brought up. So you don't want to do that. You might just want to use certain smart features like clean a particular area on the map, etc. In order to use a particular smart feature, you would have to firstly make sure that the map is in use, and secondly, once the map is in use and the Deebo has left its charging dock, you will have to pause the Deebo and click on the recharge icon to make the Deebo go back to its charging station. And after that, when the Deebo is on its charging station in the standby mode, you can select whatever smart feature you need. Maybe you can select area cleaning or custom cleaning, and click on the big blue play button, and the Deebo will then just go and clean a particular area or custom clean or whatever else you wanted to do based on the smart feature that you have selected. So in the last bit of the video that's coming up, I will be showing you these 2 steps. One, if the map that you want is not in use, how to bring that map in use. And secondly, if you want to use the smart features, then once you've brought the map in use, how to pause the Deebo, click on the recharge icon, send it back to its charging dock so that you are in a position to use some of the smart features that you want.
So when I go into the ECOVACS Home app, I will see that the map 2, which is the Ensuite map, is the map currently in use. I don't want this map to be in use. I want my map 1, which is the home map, to be the map in use. So I've moved the Deebo and charging station to this area for map 1, followed all the prerequisites, and then in the ECOVACS Home app, press the big blue play button. The Deebo will now start from its charging station, and it says it's relocating, and then it will find map 1, which is the map that it has brought up. That is map 1, the home map. That is the map now in use. Now if I run the debot just like this, then it will go around and clean my entire house. I don't want that, so I press the pause button and I tell the debot to go back to its charging station by clicking on the recharge button. Now I'm doing this, that is I pause the debot and then click on the recharge icon on the ECOVACS Home app, because I don't want it to clean my entire house. I just want to use some of the smart features like cleaning a particular area in the house or cleaning a custom area. Maybe I've just dropped something somewhere and I just want to chalk out that area that's custom cleaning. So I just want the debot to use some of these smart features, and therefore I'll have to hit the pause button first and then click on the recharge icon to send it back to its charging station. So what that does is we've brought the particular area and the map of the area that we need to be the in-use map first. And then because we want to use some of the smart features on the map of that particular area, you pause the debot, click on the recharge button, send it back to its charging dock. It will end up auto emptying, and once it's in the standby mode, you can then start using the smart features. Also, if you go into the ECOVACS Home app, you will now see that we have map 1, that is the home map, comes up on the main screen. This is the map which is in use. If you click on the edit map icon or the map icon, whatever you get as per your app version, it will bring up the home map. If you click on home, you can go to view all maps and you will see that the home map is in use. If you select this home map and go to edit areas, then you'll see that the merge and divide button are also now enabled because this map is in use. For maps that are not in use, some of these features like the merge and divide buttons will not be enabled.
So friends, thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please click on the subscribe, like and share buttons, which will help this video reach many more people. Now, in terms of the smart features that I've spoken about in this video, I have put up a detailed video that demos these smart features, and that's called as the full house mapping video. The link to that video is in the description below. I will be putting up a detailed video of the merge and divide feature so that you can merge and divide the rooms in the map in order to get clean lines, and that full video will be uploaded shortly, so make sure you remain subscribed to this channel. Also, there's many more other videos such as this one on the Debot T9 Plus and Smart Tech coming up. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon on this channel.